making chestnut polenta for dinner. It's a component of winter meals that we really enjoy, and so here's how I do it. In this bowl I have chestnuts that Sean and I cracked out from dried chestnuts in our basement that we actually dried a few years ago over the wood stove, and we cracked them out of their shells using a Dave-built nut cracker, and then we sorted through them and took out ones that were particularly moldy, but some that had just some like white surface yeast that was easily rub-offable. We kept those in, and I did a preliminary soak in warm water and agitated them to get that mold off, and then strained them, rinsed them, and soaked them again in warmish water overnight. And that's what we now have. They were very, very hard. You couldn't have cracked them with your teeth, or maybe you could have, but you would have broken your tooth. And now they're really soft, and they're able to get processed down a bit more. For cornmeal polenta or this chestnut polenta, I bake it in the oven instead of stirring it on the stove and having all this sputtering hot stuff. I never enjoyed those hot splats, so I found a method a bunch of years ago that just has you bake it in the oven, and I did that for a long time with the cornmeal polenta, and then I tried it, a modified version with the chestnuts, and it worked very nicely. So basically I take the dried, overnight soaked chestnuts. They're softened and they won't destroy the blade of a food processor. And you just really want to make a slurry, less watery if you like a thicker, denser polenta that you could ultimately like maybe slice, and then more watery if you like a soft, really wet polenta, like to accommodate a stew on top or something like that. So I'm gonna make a pretty wet polenta. That's what I like. So I just put them in the food processor. And I like when I make polenta or make a soup to use it as an opportunity to clear the counters of various fluids that remain from other projects. So, for example, I have this bowl of whey remaining from making kefir and then straining it so it became more cheese-like, and the liquid dripped down into the bottom of the bowl. I'm going to use that as a starting liquid to give the chestnuts some fluid to help them break up. Let's see what that's doing. So it's definitely mashing up. Pretty good. I'm gonna add some more fluid into this food processor. I soaked some raisins. I have leftover water from the raisins. I'm gonna use that. It's just nice. I like to clear the counter. It drives me a little crazy having all these bowls of stuff. I mean, I don't know. It's raisin liquid, so it's a little sweet. The chestnuts are sweet, but it'll be fine. I'll balance it out. Okay, so I have, this, I'm gonna make it more liquid, and I'm gonna puree some more chestnuts. So I'm adding some water to this one, so you just want it to get pretty broken up. Now I have some leftover elderflower wine from last year, 2017 2019 ? It didn't turn out that amazing, but it's been great to cook with. I think the cooking brings out flavors that don't come out when you just drink it. It's not that impressive, this batch, when you just drink it, but so this is for me, this is the consistency. It's pretty liquid, but that's what I'm gonna say. And then I'm gonna put some salt. Yeah, good amount, a little bit. And This is olive oil. A nice pour of olive oil there. And then I'm gonna put it in this, it's a 350 degree oven, or it goes down to 325 with the convection thing, but I'm gonna. It's been about 50-ish minutes, and I'm gonna open up the oven for the first time and give the polenta a stir and see how much longer it might have. So, see how it looks here. Yeah, so you can see it's gotten much thicker, bubbling. So I'm just gonna give it a stir. I could have used more water, really, but if you want to be able to pour it out so you can ultimately cut it, well, this is actually probably that consistency. It'll be liquidy for us to eat as a stew tonight, and I could put it in the fridge and we could cut it and fry it tomorrow if we wanted. So I'm gonna put it in for another 10 minutes and then we're gonna eat dinner. The polenta is definitely done, so I'm gonna just turn off the oven and leave it in the hot oven while the rest of the aspects of dinner are finishing up. We're gonna put a tomato sauce on top of the polenta and poached eggs, so I'm just heating up the water to poach the eggs. I'm gonna add some black pepper to the polenta because it's pretty sweet, the chestnut, and with the kaffir I put in and everything, or the whey, I think a little black pepper would be good for it.